Unsealed search warrants are giving us a new insight into Vance Belter, the alleged shooter in the lawmaker attacks. They also reveal more about his wife. Lou Raguse has been digging into those documents and joins us with what he learned. Lou?
Julie, the hundreds of pages of new documents shed some light on Belter's movements after allegedly committing the crimes and some of the contacts he made before he was arrested. Before Vance Belter was arrested in a field near his rural Green Isle home the day after the murder of Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark, police were chasing another lead. According to a search warrant affidavit, Belter turned off his cell phone right after the murder. The next day, it turned back on. And as officers were closing in, a tip that the phone was at the Home Depot in Fridley, where workers there were trying to find its owner. Another search warrant reveals Belter's wife's reaction when first contacted by investigators. Quote, Jenny Belter initially was not forthcoming with knowledge of her husband being involved in something serious. The warrant says when told he was a person of interest in a shooting, she initially asked, why would you think that? Before finally admitting Belter sent her those ominous text messages about going to war and telling her to leave town. Court papers say Jenny Belter waited for police in Onamia, where they found in her car a safe, the whole family's passports, 10 grand in cash, and 2 guns, and was carrying out the family's so-called bailout plan as they were preppers who prepare for catastrophic incidents. But she has not been charged with a crime. Belter's first phone call after the shootings was to his 18-year-old son, though the search warrant doesn't reveal what he told the young man. Other nuggets of information in the new documents include that a U.S. bank employee proactively called investigators to let them know Belter was there at 9 a.m. right when they opened, withdrawing money. In another twist to Belter's convoluted work history, court papers say he was employed by the U of M, which confirms he was a technician at the iDonation Bank up until the day before the shootings. Now, the next step in this case is Belter is scheduled to be in court Friday morning, but that hearing could be canceled if he is indicted by a grand jury this week. So we are watching to see if an indictment comes down. Otherwise, we'll see him in court on Friday.
I think we had the same reaction when we say he reached out to his 18-year-old son. It just makes you so sad. There are 5 children in this family, right? But I'm a little confused on that phone in Home Depot. So when they turned it on, it pinged officers and they just went to that location?
Yeah, they were tracking the phone, waiting for it to turn on. And when it did, they thought they had him because they can get the location of the phone. They're closing in on it. But what had happened was an employee had gotten the phone and had turned it on, trying to figure out whose it is, and had called somebody that was texting. Turned out to be one of his good friends, had been texting the phone, figuring out, were you involved in this, Vance, and stuff like that. And that's how they put the pieces together and went to Home Depot. And who knows how Vance Belter left it near this Home Depot, though. That's another mystery.
So it wasn't in the store? It was outside?
Wasn't necessarily. A source tells me that it was in a truck, and then it was taken from the truck into the store to give to an employee.
Wow. So many dots still need to put together on this, Lou. Thank you. Appreciate it.